Suburban Conference boys varsity basketball game between the visiting Cougars from Lakeville South High School and your Eagan Wildcats. Now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, the starting lineup for the visiting Lakeville South Cougars. At forward, a 6'6" senior, number 35, Reese Girl. The guard, 6'4" junior, number 2, DeMarcus Burks. At guard, a 6'4" junior, number 4, Ryan Johnson. At guard, a 6' junior, number 23, Carter Wilson. And at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 24, Jackson Wessler. The Cougars' assistant coaches are Troy Surgett, Dan Kulseth, and Sam Lang. The head coach of the Lakeville South Cougars is...
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Eagan High School here broadcasting the game of Lakeville South. Lakeville South comes into tonight's action against the Eagan Wildcats at an 8-3 record. They're sitting at 3-1 in the conference, whereas Eagan Wildcats here at 7-5 had a nice win last night against Duluth East here at home, 69-60. They're sitting here at 1-3 in the conference, so this is a big conference matchup, Dan. I think it is a game where Eagan can kind of send a message that, you know, don't forget about us. We're for real too.
It's a real test early in the conference. Are they going to be contenders? Good matchup tonight.
I really liked last night's game against Duluth East, 69-60, as I mentioned. Duluth East came in here at 9-2, and Oscar Kazan has been playing very well. He's been controlling the tempo. He's been pushing it when we need to push it. He's been pulling it back and running some sets when we need that. He's scoring a couple of buckets here and there, but as far as his overall floor game, I think he's doing a great job.
He looked good, and that Duluth East team was a good team. They had a lot of good teamwork, but Eagan kept coming right back at him.
That is correct. That's, of course, coached by legendary coach Bob McDonald's grandson, Rhett. So, you know, beating a McDonald in a game is a feather in your cap, I think. First tip here off. Interesting jump there. I don't think Emmanuel anticipated jump, or he got faked out by something.
Pump fake by the ref.
Pump fake by the ref. And here we go. We're Lakeville South controls the tempo. DeMarcus Burks, number 2 on the left wing. He's got the ball now. Penetrates to the middle, defended well, cut off, cuts around, inside pass, stolen away by Busley. Steps on the line though. Great backside help by Max Busley. On the floor for Eagan, we've got Austin Carruthers, Oscar Kazan, Max Busley, Emmanuel Schmitter, and Jack Hansen are the starters. I think they've been the 5 starters every game that we've had thus far. Here's 24, Wrestler on the top side, working against Busley. Here's Burks for 3, rims on the back iron, no good, chased down by Schmitter. And here comes the Wildcats with their first possession. In the corner, baseline penetration cut off by Burks, finds Busley in the corner for 3. Max Busley started last night with a couple of threes early, and then let's see if we can get Max hot here in the early goings here for Eagan as well. Backdoor pass. Corner 3, rims around. Nice box out by Jack Hansen and picked up by Oscar Kazan. Crosses the timeline. Penetrate off the glass, tipped out of bounds. That'll be last touch by South. Stay with Eagan underneath.
Both teams starting with man-to-man defense, pushing it out past 3-point line, extending their defense. We'll see how that goes.
In the lower level games, Dan, we both watched those, and it looked like Lakeville South. They just want to pass and get to the paint, get to the middle penetration as much as they possibly can. We'll see if the varsity wants to do that as well. Inbounds play, Max Busley up top. They'll just reset. Run their offense. Emmanuel Schmitter now. Good ball reversal here. Very patient here by Eagan. Dribble handoff. Here's Kazan. Finds Schmitter. Now Carruthers. Back to Schmitter. Penetrate into traffic. And we'll slow things down here with Eagan. Good patience Ball screen, top of the key. Bus leap, give and go. Might have traveled. Yes, I think. I was hoping I didn't hear a whistle, but he shuffled those feet. Jack Hansen did.
It was a nice fake, nice move there, but just a little shuffle.
Just wanted to wait for that bigger defender to slide by, and unfortunately, while he waited, he slipped his feet just a tad. 35, that's Girl now on the top of the key, working against Eagan. Now that's Burks. Good quick ball reversal. Not a lot of dribbling. In our lower levels, it was kind of a dribble drive option. That's not the varsity here right now. No. There's a dribble penetration. Jack Hansen with help side, but doesn't get the ball. And nice 23, a little up and under shot. Carter Wilson, 6-foot point guard, junior for Lakeville South. 3-2 here. Eagan leads here in the early sets of the game. Oscar picks up his dribble out there, in trouble against Burks, was putting some good pressure on there. Jack Hansen now. Busley looks to shoot. Doesn't. Penetrates baseline middle, finds Schmitter. He gets banged around. He's going to get called foul.
Oh, they called travel.
Or I might call it travel. I was thinking that there might have been a reason why he traveled, but ref didn't agree with that. Lakeville South, Burks, top of the key with Girl. Swung over to Wilson. Now Ressler over to Johnson. In the corner, stolen away by Oscar Kazan, and we got a little bit of numbers, but he'll pull it back. Kind of what I was telling us earlier, that Oscar is just kind of really playing a good floor game. He didn't have the numbers, and he pulled it back, and then he goes to the rim, couldn't quite get the bucket, but that was a good choice. Baseline penetration again, finds number 4, Johnson for 3, rims around, Carruthers boards, and here come the Wildcats. Reverse penetration, good quick reversal, looking inside to Carruthers, but not there. Defended well. Ball screened by Jack Hansen, gets about a 15-footer.
Nice
dish
pass
off to Jack Hansen and couldn't get the basket off the glass. Just enough. Burks was there for a little bit of a distraction. And what do you know? We get a three-pointer on the other side for Carter Wilson. It's a big swing.
And he's pumped up. Carter Wilson is really into the game now with that big shot.
Max Busley swings it over to Schmitter. Working inside, stolen away, nearly picked off. Carruthers picks it up. Dribbling around in the perimeter. Into 3 guys, backdoor Busley tips around, that's going to go south.
I like that backdoor cut, though. That was going to test the defense, but we've got a timeout. Hey, Pat, tonight we're going to mention some sponsors of Eagan boys basketball. The sponsors, of course, provide funding to support the boys and the things that they want to do to make an enjoyable season. So we have some platinum sponsors that we want to mention tonight: Escape With Us Vacations, Twin Cities Orthopedics, and the Urgency Room, along with Chick-fil-A. I'll mention Chick-fil-A here tonight, providing some of those sandwiches, famous sandwiches. And if you have a chance, you'll note that they're here in Eagan, over off of Yankee Doodle. Stop by and see them. They also sponsor the halftime prizes. And there's a big line out in the concessions area to get their sandwiches, and they've been great to work with. And a real concession highlight every home game, thanks to Chick-fil-A.
All right, we're back here with Lakeville South entering the ball. It's number 4, Johnson, the point guard. He's bringing it up against Emmanuel Schmitter. 24, Ressler, hands it off. Here's Burks now. Top of the key, good swinging by the South. Here's Wilson, back to Burks, cross-court pass. They're pretty methodical as well, Dan, aren't they? South.
They are. I really like the way they work left to right to left, back and forth, looking for the right angles.
And they got a skip pass there, and Burks wanted to go baseline, but great help side there. Trevor Searing is now in the game for Jack Hansen.
We're really making Eagan work on defense, one side to the other. We'll see if Eagan can keep up with them.
Number 4, Johnson, guarded by Kazan, over to 23, Wilson. And they're going to reset here, run another play. Dribble penetration, looks for Johnson, but cross-court pass down low, 35, tips up, no good. That was Girl that missed that shot. Great collapsing defense there by Eagan. Carruthers. Now we got Schmitter in the corner. Not a lot of scoring thus far, 3-5. You know, we almost played 6 minutes a game.
Yeah, low scoring so far. And now we're seeing Eagan do the same thing back.
Nice give and go, Siring, and he's going to draw a foul here. Great pass. Faked the ball screen on Carruthers and just slipped to the basket. Searing is going to go to line shooting too.
Pat, this free throw is sponsored by Twin Cities Orthopedics, also known as TCO. Trusted by some of the biggest names in sports. They bring that same level of care to athletes of all ages in our community too. They also have the training house, powered by TCO, sports performance and recovery facility. It's good to know that there's an orthopedic urgent care right here at the Vikings Lakes in Eagan. Twin Cities Orthopedics, thank you for your platinum sponsorship.
As we look at Lakeville South, they've got a couple of guys scoring in double digits. On the floor, number 2, DeMarcus Burks is averaging 10 points a game. He's actually is substitute outed right now. And Ryan Johnson, he's averaging 10 as well, number 4. He's on the floor. They've got an injury. Number 20, Marley Bayabo, is hurt right now. He's actually averaging 11 points a game for Lakeville South.
Yeah, it'll be interesting tonight to see how they make up for those missing points.
Yeah. 23, Wilson drives to the line. We're going to get a foul on the floor. You know, Trevor Searing nearly took another charge. He's been really doing that a lot, you know, this season. He's
really been remarkable. He's almost has a double-double every game with taking charges.
I mean, it's amazing the effort that number one, you got to be willing to do that because it's a physical play.
Oh, he banked it in.
He banks it in.
It's good for 3.
Jackson Wrestler. And here comes Charlie Burks in there, Owen Ford as well for Eagan. Liam Madigan here on the left side. He's got the ball, top of the key with Oscar Kazan. Oh, nice slip by Trevor, but he didn't. Oscar wasn't able to find him. Owen Ford back to Searing. Liam from 15, and
nice
that's going to drop it in. Liam shot well in the JV game earlier today.
He did, and that looked good.
Yeah, very smooth. Number 4, Ryan Johnson skips it across for a three-pointer by Keaton Wrestler, who's a sophomore.
Catch and shoot. Boy,
yeah.
He caught that, put it right up. Looked good. Keep an eye on him from the outside.
Yes. Here's Madigan, back to Burke. There's a three-pointer in the corner by Kazan, rims out, a little contested. And here comes number 4, Ryan Johnson, looks inside to Keaton Wrestler. And here's number 3, Keaton Wrestler again for a second try, no good. Keaton Wrestler looks familiar. He played against our boys. He's a 10th grader. Remember that really good guard as they were growing up for Lakeville South? This is him.
I do.
It'll be fun to watch some of our kids as opponents start getting some action as we play them.
We got a foul there.
Stolen away by Lakeville South. Number 4, Ryan Johnson goes to the rim, fouled by Liam Madigan.
Hey, Pat, this free throw is sponsored by Platinum sponsor Escape With Us Vacations. And I hear there's a big snowstorm tonight, so I'm thinking about a vacation right now. Thanks to Maria and the Escape artists at Escape With Us Vacations for their sponsorship. They've been advising the Eagan broader Twin Cities community on their travel plans for years. Reach out to Maria if you're thinking about a spring break vacation, especially while you're at home during the snowstorm tomorrow. All right, back to you, Pat.
Johnson's first free throw was good. Second one is also good, and that brings their lead to 13-7.
Critical junction here.
Just over 10 minutes to go. Yeah, I mean, we got a
6-point mark. How do you keep it from getting bigger? What do you think, Pat? What does offense have to do here?
Well, they're getting pressured right now by full court. They're struggling a little bit. Owen Ford, here comes Liam Madigan. Close to 10 seconds. Will we find Searing, and he Great athletic move to find the rim. He was a little bit under the basket, but was able to find the goal for two. 9-13. Here comes Keaton, wrestler, rims around, no good. Now we got a little bit of energy going here, Dan. Eagan now back with Oscar Kazan, wheeling, dealing inside, kicks it out, and I think he's going to walk.
Tough one.
He's kind of stumbled a little bit.
Eagan a little bit flat, and we really felt in that last 30 seconds some energy.
Yeah, hopefully that continues. You know, it's interesting, you know, Lakeville South provides the full court press, and that actually kind of generated some energy for us. 9.5 minutes to go here in the half. Burks receives the ball screen up the top. Working against Burke. Over to Wrestler, the sophomore. That Burks is a strong-looking athlete. Here's a Wrestler, finds Burke again. Inside pass tipped around, and we got a foul on Burks. Nice help side defense by Oscar Kazan to get a hand on that, tipped away, and then Charlie Burke picks it up, and then Burks fouls Charlie.
That's the age-old make a tough pass, turn it into a turnover, and then the athlete goes after to try and get it back. Tries a little too hard, picks up a foul.
Emmanuel Schmitter back in the game. Oscar Kazan take a break. We got Owen Ford, Trevor Searing, Liam Madigan, Emmanuel Schmitter, and Charlie Burke on the floor for Eagan. Liam Madigan down low. Here's a post feed, working down low hard. Wheel and deal and draws a foul on number 24, Jackson Wrestler. I like when, at times, when you asked about what do we need to do, I really like putting Emmanuel down on the block just to stabilize some things. He's such a strong, he's a strong basketball player, but going down low, he's very difficult to guard down on the block.
He is 6'2", 6'3" kid. He's really strong, has some good moves down there against bigger guys.
So he's got the foul, free throw, rims around. Burks now with the rebound, and we're back in this one at 11-13, down to Eagan with just under 9 minutes to go, and Burks carries the ball on the far sideline right in front of the referee, and he's going to go give it back to Eagan.
I feel a little bit of a momentum shift here.
A little bit of a run here, so that's good. Manuel Schmitter brings over the timeline. Crossover dribble, gets to the rim, no good. Battle around is Hanson and Madigan, but picked up by Hager for Lakeville South. Burks now working against Madigan. Reverse pass, Faulkner. Kicks it out to Burks again. And here comes kind of a little bit more dribble drive options out of Lakeville South. Manuel Schmitter, he's got him trapped in the corner right there. Good pressure defense, good help side. Max Busley rims around, no good. Jack Hansen chases it down for the rebound, and here comes a quick pass ahead to Busley. Turns around, tipped away, loose ball again, and where are we going? It's going to go with Lakeville South.
Getting a little physical, got a little boxing out, bodies flying underneath both baskets right now.
Carruthers back in for Charlie Burke. And here we go, just 8 minutes to go here, 11-13, still a low-scoring game in the first half. Tipped around, stolen away, tipped by Emmanuel Schmitter, picked up by Carruthers. Emmanuel Schmitter will start our offense. Top of the key, working against Johnson. Here's Carruthers now. Gets the ball screened by Jack Hansen. Little colliding, bodies flying over there. Madigan. There's Busley inside. Nice cut, nice screen by Jack Hansen. Getting
nice
free.
Plays.
And a great pass by Carruthers. Three things had to happen in that one. Good cut, good screen, good pass, and a good layup.
All tied up.
We're all knotted up here. Faulkner in, now over to Burks. 23 Wilson, back over to Johnson. Skip pass. Faulkner for corner three over Emmanuel Schmitter. And we've got another whistle here. That's going to be a 30-minute or 30-second timeout. And it looks like Lakeville South called that timeout.
All right, Pat, we have a timeout sponsored by the Urgency Room. Thanks to the Urgency Room for their platinum sponsorship. They're located over off of Lone Oak in Lexington. They'll help you get the care you need now without the wait. And if you're worried about the wait, I know you can look them up online and you can actually see what the wait time is before you head over. Terrific feature for the Urgency Room.
All right. So last night, like we were talking, Duluth East came in with a 9-2 record. Emmanuel Schmitter had 19 points last night. Oscar Kazan had 16. Busley started early with a couple of threes, ended with 14 for the game. And then Searing, who typically doesn't shoot a lot of threes, he actually hit 2 top-of-the-key three-pointers last night, and he ended with 8 points. So we had a good balanced scoring of last night against Duluth East. Little slip screen into Jack Hansen, loses the ball, tipped around, and it's going to be a jump ball, and I think it's going to stay with Eagan. Underneath, Austin Carruthers calling out the play. Box set here by Eagan. Back screen Busley, pick the picker. There's outlet to Kazan. Basket cut, here's a strong move. Pull up from about 17, no good, but he gets his own rebound tap, no good. And we're going down with Lakeville South. Tipped out of bounds, that'll stay with Lakeville South.
And the ball goes under the bleachers, so we've got a little bit of a pause in the action here while they find the ball.
You need a third grader to go under there and get it, huh?
Give them a nickel.
Yeah. Just like the baseball games at Town Team Ball.
All right, here we go.
Faulkner up at the top, loses the ball nearly. Wilson chases it down. Penetration, and we got a charge. Yeah, that's a good call. Easy one for the ref. 23, Carter Wilson was going 100 miles an hour through that lane, head down, and Jack just held his ground, and we could see that coming a mile away.
I had a hard time believing that he would actually knock Jack over, but to Jack's credit, he was in the right place and the right spot.
You got to protect yourself somehow, though. All right, Carruthers, but I understand what you're saying. There's a little bit of a size difference. Carruthers goes with his left hand all the way to the rim. That'll bring us down 1. 6 minutes to go here in the half, 15-16. It's been tight pretty much the whole way. Nearly stolen away by Kazan over there. Good help side by Kazan. Shoots over the help side defense, tips around. They're going to tip, say, last touched by Oscar Kazan. It'll stay with Lakeville South. Got some mass substitutions here for Lakeville South. Joe Hager throws the ball inbound. Wrestler over into the corner, no good. Over the back, give us a call. Yep.
Nice box out.
Great box out, Austin Carruthers. Lakeville South 22. Joe Hager gets the foul. He's a 6'4" forward. So Austin needed to really get low on him to keep him out of the lane to get that call. Gave up a couple inches there, so great box out by Austin. Got some backside screens there by Emmanuel. Here's a pop out. Hand off to Kazan. Schmitter, there comes ripping through the lane is Carruthers. Nearly had a three-point shot for Busley on that side. Here's Carruthers again, gets that ball screen. Pull up from 15, Carruthers off the back iron and in. Going to give us our first lead, Dan. But we don't get back on defense, and we get fouled. Nice job running the floor by Joe Hager. Got our first lead, and we were kind of turned our head and slow to get back on D, and then Hager ran the floor, and they found him.
Pat, this free throw is sponsored by our 7 gold sponsors. John Mulkern with Ballpark Realty, Eagan Arms, Eagan Traveling Basketball, Steve Madden with Morgan Stanley, Old Hughes Insurance Agency, Tradition Mortgage, and Valbridge Property Advisors.
Hager's first free throw is good. He'll get a second one. We're tied up right now. He's looking to change that. Second one up is also good. 5 minutes to go. Lakeville South leads by 1. Little token pressure here, man-to-man here by Lakeville South. Nearly stolen away here by Lakeville, but we got another extra step. Got to the rim pretty easily. Took that little extra step to get that travel called.
It's a nice move, just got a little extra step in there. A little hitch in the giddy up.
All the way from the top down, not what Kevin McKenzie likes to see on that help side defense. First of all, got past their first defender, and then no one picked him up. All right, down 3 here with 4.5 to go. Busley gets stopped by Wrestler. Reverses the ball, Kazan. Now Emmanuel down low to Carruthers. Working against number 24, Wrestler. Got 2 wrestlers on the floor right now. One's a sophomore, one's a senior. Busley, baseline drive, working against the sophomores, and Keaton Wrestler gets the steal. Here we go, coming down hard, and Emmanuel Schmitter gets called for the foul. You know, it's interesting that Lakeville South, they're pretty methodical, but all of a sudden, if you don't get back on defense, you turn your head, they're down fast.
Yeah.
They can just turn that switch. Really impressed with that. Typically, if you're a slow-moving team, you just kind of want to get the ball inside, but all of a sudden, Lakeville South can go if they want to go.
You're right, and on those fast breaks, they've been pretty effective, too.
Very effective. Very
either get a basket or they get a foul.
Yeah.
So credit to them for that.
And that's Hager. That's just the second time he beat our guys down the floor in as many possessions, I think. 17-20 with 4 minutes to go. Second free throw up is off the back iron. No good. Busley controls the rebound, and here comes Eagan. Busley in the corner. Kazan looks at the 3. No. Pulled back. Schmitter in the corner. Searing now in the game. Hand off to Carruthers. Deep 3 by Austin. No good. Good rebound position by Lakeville South, and we got a man down. I didn't see his injury, but he's holding his knee. Did you see him?
Did not
go down? There was traffic.
I saw 3 or I guess we'd say Lakeville players underneath there going for the rebound, and in the Eagan, Searing tipped it away from him. Then I saw this young man go down out of that group.
He looks like he's in a lot of pain.
He does. So why don't we take a little bit of a sidebar here and talk about some gold sponsors of Eagan basketball. Steve Madden with Morgan Stanley. Big thank you to Steve at Morgan Stanley as a returning sponsor. We appreciate your continued support. His son Jack is a senior in the program. Also want to recognize the Olhuse Insurance Agency for their gold sponsorship. Rhonda and Dean are no strangers to Eagan High School basketball. They have had their son play, and they've been part of the Booster Club. I also want to recognize Rhonda and Dean for their insurance coverage of my daughter Delaney. We have used Olhuse Insurance Agency, and we needed it. Delaney had a few incidents. Anyway, we'll say thanks to Olhuse Insurance Agency for their ongoing support of the program.
So this doesn't look good. Ryan Johnson, a junior captain, 6'4", for Lakeville South. He got carried off by 2 of his teammates. Our trainer D is working over there with him, and we hope the best for Ryan Johnson. We don't like seeing stuff like that.
That's a tough one too, because he's their second double-digit scorer that's out of the game tonight.
Yeah. And so, anyway, we don't like injuries. We wish the best to Ryan Johnson here as the game goes on. Anyway, 2017, 3.5 minutes to go here in the game, or in the half. Quick shot, Jackson Wrestler off the left wing for 3.
That looked easy for him.
We didn't close out on him, and we were kind of protecting the inside. Busley over to Carruthers, now swinging it quick to Kazan. Searing, dribble, handoff. Schmitter, baseline, pull up from about 10. Nice little teardrop there by Emmanuel Schmitter.
Nice strong move by him. Back the other way.
And we got a travel there by the sophomore wrestler.
You know, unlike last night, we are seeing a few more turnovers for each team.
Last night was a really well played. Not a lot of fouls, not a lot of turnovers. Just good, hard basketball. It was fun last night. Not that this isn't just a different game, a little bit more physical on both sides. 23 working Oscar Kazan over a little bit. Here's Carruthers. Now here's an open three for Kazan. Rims around, battling Searing, no good. Picked up by Schmitter. He's tripped, no call. Finds Searing, will reset with Schmitter. Kazan, corner. Carruthers, back to Kazan. Busley working wrestler. Little fake move by Austin, no good. Rebound, number 24, Jackson wrestler. He'll bring the ball up, crossing the timeline against Busley. One-hand pass over to his brother. Burks all the way to the rim. We got Trevor Siring, and he's going to get a charge.
And there's another one for him.
Another one for him. Seriously, Dan, he's had 4. When I started realizing it, he had 4 charges, 3 charges, 3 charges, 2 charges, 1. I mean, it's amazing what this kid is doing.
He's very well positioned on defense. Good for him.
And a charge is one of the most momentum swinging plays in basketball. It gives an offensive foul, it gives a turnover, and it gets everybody pumped up. Here's down low is Schmitter off the rim. Pretty well defended by number 24, Jackson wrestler. Quickly ahead is Keegan wrestler. He's got a little bit of a traffic. Finds his brother though. Jackson back to his brother for 3. A deep 3 by Keaton wrestler. Looks like they've done that in the driveway a couple times.
Got the brother combo going on from the outside.
Here's Kazan, 3 ball for himself, and he answers with it. We've got a whistle. I think he just stopped the play saying that Kazan's foot was on the line. I didn't realize you blow a whistle on that, but it gets a substitution in for South nonetheless, and we're just over a minute to play, 21-26. Eagan. Be nice to get a stop and a score on this possession here. Here's number 5, that's Faulkner. Back to wrestler. Here's the other wrestler, older senior wrestler. Here's Keaton wrestler for another 3. That's his 3rd of the game. And we saw that in youth travel tournaments, for several years as Wesley and Adam were trying to guard Keaton over the years.
Yeah, we've seen that before. And we've got ourselves an 8-point lead right now.
35 seconds to go here. Let's get this last shot and go in the locker room.
Widest margin of the game.
21-29, 25 seconds to go. Searing down low, working against number 23, Wilson. Backdoor cut. We got Emmanuel Schmitter. Still 20 seconds to go. A lot of time.
Do you think they'll hold it
Kazan,
for one shot?
Yeah, they should, but Kazan is working it. Finds Carruthers. Now we got 5 seconds. Now we got to go. Carruthers working a little crossover. Dribble left hand off the rim. No good. Searing with the rebound. No, and it's not going to drop. And we're going to head into the locker room. 21-29. Tough first half. It's one of those games that's a little bit more physical than last night. A few more turnovers here and there, but I think we're battling hard on the offense and defensive rebounds. I think we give up a lot of size to Lakeville South, but I think we're battling here for the rebounds.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, Pat, as we head into halftime, is you mentioned that it's physical. Do you have any point of view about why conference games seem like they're more physical?
Well, I think it's the schools, probably. It's you get Lakeville North, Lakeville South, Eastview. Shakopee has always been kind of a, when I coached against Shakopee over the years, it's like, good grief, it was just a grind. They weren't very tall, but they were just grabbing and clawing and doing all that. But I just think it's the bigger numbers and the weight rooms these days and the bigger schools are just going to be more physical. But we will be back in 9 minutes to take this second half. We are down by 8, 21-29. Lakeville South leads, and we will be back in 9 minutes.
Really a hidden gem here. It's a small art center, but it's a wonderful place.
Just think it's a great place to be. It's just a fun place to work on some art.
I would say the benefit to having art as a focus in our community is that it gives people a different way to focus. Like, it's not coming together about a sports event or coming together about another kind of community event, but it's this unique opportunity to come together and celebrate art.
I started about 20 years ago. In those days, it was the Dakota Center for the Arts. It was a non-profit organization that rented the art house from the city for $1 a year.
There was a huge transformation at the art house from painting and pottery and children's classes, and now it's strictly for pottery. But the other classes are held in other parts of the community, which is also a really interesting transformation.
It is an outlet for those who really want to focus on their creativity.
The art house is somewhere that I can go, somewhere that I can work on something creative.
Anybody can paint, any age, any level of talent, and it brings all the people together in one place.
The art house here in my life has been a life-changing experience, and I'm so very grateful for it.
The City of Eagan is dedicated to providing top quality resources essential to our residents and businesses. Water is at our foundation with over 1,200 lakes, ponds, and wetlands in Eagan. We've spent the past 30 years protecting and treating the water throughout our city and ensuring the water flowing to homes is clean and safe, leaves efficiently, and is treated on the way out. We can do all of this because of our bold vision that includes leading, learning, and serving. We make these investments to take care of our immediate needs and to serve the future of our community.
The drone technology that we've been using here at the Eagan Police Department has evolved dramatically since we began our program. We recognize that this piece of technology has a significant public safety benefit if we were to employ it across the police department.
Drones are a smarter and safer approach to calls because it allows officers to be able to slow calls down.
We aren't rushing in to see what's going on. We're kind of taking our time or watching from a distance sometimes, and drones gives us the ability to do that.
It's a complicated process to become a drone pilot because not only do our officers have to learn how to fly the drones and gain competency in all of the areas surrounding their use, but they also have to receive a license from the FAA as a commercial drone pilot.
You kind of have to hit the books and be familiar with drones, airspace, in addition to kind of like the flight restrictions and like the weather and cloud patterns.
There's a lot of type of calls that benefit from having a drone available. It's primarily incidents where we're searching for somebody.
You have kind of the vulnerable adults or kids. You have individuals that flee on foot. It allows us to kind of cover a lot of ground.
We have the capability of putting a drone up in the air within minutes of that 911 call and start searching. Anytime we have a situation like that, every minute counts.
We've done a lot of outreach with different community groups. We've gone and talked with Rotary. We've gone and done demonstrations for kids. They see how valuable the drones actually are out in the field. Outreach is really important for the drones because it helps people understand why we're using them and how effective they are, and it helps show that these really are good tools for de-escalating situations and should be invested in the future.
Do you know about Positively Eagan? It's a video series by ETV that highlights the good happening in our Eagan community. Stories of people reaching out, giving back, or shining a light on the people who make Eagan great. If you or someone you know has a story to share, we want to hear about it and feature it in Positively Eagan. Visit cityofeagan.com/positively-eagan to submit your story and watch previous episodes.
We're here in Eagan this week. We're here for Dakota County. So what we're doing here is we're setting up the wall right now. All you're seeing here is the frames. In a little bit here, we'll be involved in bringing out the 140 panels, and those are replicas of the wall in Washington, D.C.
The healing is remembering. So we need to be sure that we remember everyone that gave their lives for us to be free.
We're here to honor these guys and all our veterans. This wall was made for the veterans that survived the war.
It gives Vietnam vets especially and their families an opportunity to reminisce.
We're back here for the second half. We got about 2.5 minutes to go here in the warm-ups. Eagan down 21-29 as the players are making their way back out to the floor. As we went to break, Dan, I noticed that Ryan Johnson did walk on his own power to the locker room. He's the boy that went up in traffic and twisted his knee, or was holding his knee anyway. But hopefully that's good news for Ryan Johnson that he was able to walk in. He hasn't come out of the locker room yet with his team, but hopefully that's good news for Lakeville South, and particularly for Ryan Johnson.
Pat, you mentioned coming out of the locker room. So as a high school boys varsity coach at a number of schools, I want to ask your opinion for both coaches. So if you're Eagan and you're coming out and you're down 8, went through a little bit of a run against you before halftime, how do you regain some momentum and fight back here in the second half?
Well, if I'm Eagan, Mackenzie, and I know him well, that he's going to try and motivate his kids and just recognize that we need some possessions here. We got to have some good shots, whether it's an open 3 or a down low or a basket cut. We just have to have some stability, because this is a dangerous time right now. If Lakeville South goes on the first run of the half, it's going to be a tough hill to climb to get back into this one. And now if I'm Lakeville South, I'm motivating these guys. Can we try as hard as we can for the next 5 minutes? Because if we go on a 10-0 run here, game's over. And so that's what I'm telling my Lakeville South guys. But Mackenzie, I know, he motivates the kids very, very well, and he's very smart getting the kids to do what needs to be done. So I anticipate Eagan coming out with a little bit of energy and understanding of what's at stake right now with an 8-point lead, or an 8-point deficit here starting the half. This is crucial time right now.
You always hear on TV coaches say they come on the second half at 0-0 and win the second half. But what do you think?
I don't. I was never big on that 0-0. I kind of was like that if we were getting blown out, to be honest with you. I just wanted to play them even. But I don't. Right now, I'm not thinking 0-0. I want to outscore here in the first 5 minutes of the second half. I always believed was the most important part of the game, because if you have this 8-point lead and you go on that first run, the first 5 minutes, the other team just kind of throws in the towel. And if Eagan can make that first run, now we're ball game for the rest of the go. So I don't know if it's 0-0 mentality. We want to outscore the opponent in the next 5 minutes, and we'll see what happens.
All right, here we go.
Lakeville South starts with it in the second half. That's Carter Wilson down low to Girl. Back to Wilson. Back down to Girl, working against the double team, and we got a travel. Great defense. I love that dig by Austin Carruthers coming down, causing problems. Jack Hansen was in a brick wall right behind him, and we got the turnover. Little token pressure by Lakeville South. Handled fine by Eagan. Carruthers backside nearly had Schmitter on a backdoor cut. Kazan resets, finds Carruthers. Now Schmitter on the right side, pops out with Hansen. Dribble handoff, Carruthers baseline, cut off, skips it across, swings around, little reckless abandon here, but it works out. We get a three-pointer by Kazan, and man, there were two passes that I thought could have been intercepted. One was from Carruthers to Schmitter, and then Schmitter to Kazan, but Kazan knocks it down. There's a travel. So Burke's up on top, gets whistled for the call, and now we're on that first run, which is really, really important. Let's get another bucket. Now we're ball game for the rest of the way.
What was really interesting about that last play for Eagan is they zipped those passes where they knew their teammate was going to be without really seeing them.
Yeah, and they had some, like you said, they zipped them. There was some juice on those passes. If they're a little bit lobbed, I think it is stolen away. Here's a pin screen by Jack Hansen looking down low.
Nice post
Basket
up.
cut here. Kicks it out to Kazan. I like that little set. Get the ball down low. Jack Hansen's got some size, not length, but he's got some muscle on Girl. Doing that same play, a little pin screen. We got a kick out by Kazan, spinning. Finds Hansen, corner. Burks cuts him off well. Down low cut by Schmitter. Turns around, finds Jack Hansen cutting to the rim, but Girl swats it away. Here comes Lakeville South. Burks going all the way to the rim, rims around, and gets the left hand and goes in for the bucket. Nobody picks up Burke. And he gets two, 24-31, just in the start of the second half. Slip screen Hansen. Girl's got him guarded. Down low baseline, uses his right hand, and tipped away by Girl, and he picks up the ball and the rebound, and here we go. Here's Keaton, wrestler. He's a sophomore. He's in there for Johnson. Corner. Now here's Girl down low, cutting off him as Keaton Johnson stolen away by Schmitter. Got 2-on-3 right here, but he's going to work off of Burks and draw the foul on DeMarcus Burks. Kind of like that matchup. Those are two strong athletes that are really good players. And that's his third foul, DeMarcus Burks, so that's something to watch, his third foul here in the early second half. Schmitter did that last night. In the second half, he went hard to the rim and drew several fouls against Duluth East, and I think that was the difference in the game. Left hand layup, no good.
Nice play, though.
By Busley, yeah, and just couldn't get it to fall. Had a little senior moment there, Dan. Here's Lakeville South now doing some backside cuts. Swings it across, high, far throw. Three-pointer, rims around, no good. Schmitter controls the aggressive rebound. Busley here now, left-hand side for three. Rims around, no good. 24, Jackson wrestler controls that rebound. Kicks it ahead to his brother, Keaton. Baseline penetration stopped by the help side Hansen, and they'll reset. Number 11, Schmidt now into the game. He was playing in the JV game quite a bit, played a lot of minutes there in the JV. Number 11, long three by Keaton, wrestler, and that's going to be short. Pretty contested shot.
He's feeling it coming out of the first half.
Yes, he's feeling it. He hit three in the first half. Probably about 3 for 7 now, though. Hit his first two. Dribble penetration, spins in traffic, and scores a bucket, 26-31. That's 6 points here tonight for Emmanuel Schmitter. Jackson wrestler goes flying into the sidelines. No good. We're 5-on-4. He's slow to get up. We got numbers here. 5-on-4. Schmitter with three in the corner. Jackson Schmitter wanted a foul on that penetration, but I think he was just wild and out of control. You're not going to get that call.
And the crowd goes wild.
And so we called it, Dan. 29-31. Eagan comes out on that first run, and that's great motivation and adjustments by Kevin McKenzie.
Hey, Pat, this timeout is sponsored by 2 gold sponsors, Tradition Mortgage. Tom and the Tradition Mortgage team, thank you for the sponsorship for the second year. If you're looking for a new home and need a mortgage, check out the team at Tradition Mortgage. Also, Valbridge Property Advisors. New to the program this year, thank you for your sponsorship. Nate and Valbridge Property Advisors. Nate's son Jack is a junior and plays on the team. Thank you to both of those gold sponsors. Back to you, Pat.
Well, as we're bringing the game back here in about 30 seconds, now I'm seeing Ryan Johnson coming back onto the floor, and he's not on his own power on this time. So
well, he's moving pretty slow. Gingerly, I think, is the way they say it.
Yeah, that's too bad. So he's got some help with his buddy, and D is right there with a bag of ice, and I just hope that I hope it's not as bad as it looks.
Pat, one of the things I wanted to ask you is we've seen both teams playing very aggressive man-to-man defense tonight. At what point do you see high school basketball really going exclusively man-to-man? And no team here in the conference has really been playing zone. What's your take on the effectiveness of man-to-man and why teams are playing it?
Well, I think these kids can shoot so well, and I think coaches are a little bit nervous of sitting back in a zone and getting beat by 3.
And no sooner did I say that than they went into a zone trap.
Full court stuff's a little bit different, but they did give up 2 threes here, but we definitely dodged the bullet here, getting the rebound. Austin Carruthers over there. Burke now into the game for Eagan. Searing in the game as well. Here's nice dribble penetration by Schmitter, kicks it out to Kazan. Missed a 3, but Searing is there for the offensive rebound. We're all tied up here at 31-31 with 13 minutes to go. So yeah, full court is a little bit less risky to go zone, but half court I think coaches are just a little bit nervous to get some open looks. You can get a little bit more open looks out of a zone from 3, and these kids are such great shooters. Tipped off, that's going to be not over the back. Austin Kazan went baseline and got a little bit of trouble. Got the ball tipped out on that kick out, but chased down here by Emmanuel Schmitter. He'll go on the rest. He's kind of limping off the court a little bit, but he'll be fine. Full court man-to-man here by Lakeville South. Liam Madigan now back into the game. He played a few minutes here in the first half. Charlie Burke, Trevor Searing, Austin Kazan. He has a little trouble over there. He picks it up, and we get a 10-second count.
10-second violation against the Wildcats.
Both teams have had a handful of turnovers tonight. It's back and forth. I wish we had some stats on that, but it's been pretty balanced in terms of both teams. I think that's a direct result of the defensive pressure. What do you think?
Yeah, they're getting after it both sides. Austin just lost his balance there, and then it kind of delayed about 3 seconds. Tipped around, great defense. Bodies on the floor going after that loose ball. Last touch by Austin Kazan, but great hustle there.
Yeah, you got to give both teams credit tonight. Their boys are laying it all out on the line. They're really playing hard. Fun to watch.
Both teams, their identity is low score or not low scoring games, but hard man-to-man defensive pressure. Jackson, wrestler, nearly had a basket there. Kicks it off. Good help side back door and picked up the loose ball. Here's Burke. Quickly ahead is Carruthers. Inside pass tipped away by Hager. Jackson, wrestler from the corner, gives a little shout out to the Eagan kids on that 3.
Having fun.
Trevor Searing. Liam Madigan, now Carruthers here on the left side. Dribble handoff, Burke. Working against the smaller Faulkner. Here's Kazan, hands off to Madigan. Working against Schmidt now. Searing We're slowing things down here on the Eagan side, 34-31. 11 minutes to go here in the ball game. Liam Madigan just kind of weaving around the outside perimeter, hoping that South will make a mistake on that backside and we can get somebody to the basket. Nice pump fake, Liam Madigan, and we got a foul on the reach in, number 5. That's going to be Faulkner.
Lakeville South foul number 5, Mary Calcutta. That's his first, second team foul on the Cougars.
Underneath basket, that foul was on Faulkner, and that's on the floor, so we're going to go out of bounds here. Kazan in the corner, quick 3. Rims around, no good. Battling for the rebound, still loose. Madigan battles, bodies flying, and picked up by Schmidt. Quickly ahead, 22, Hager. Faulkner, now back to Wrestler. He'll slow things down, spinning on Kazan. Schmidt now, little baseline penetration, got hammered from the backside. Goes to the floor hard. He'll go to line, shoot 2.
All right, these free throws are sponsored by our silver sponsors. Andiamo's, great local place, located on Diffley and Johnny Cake Ridge Road. Amazing food and terrific for large groups. In fact, the JV varsity team is using Andiamo's for their team dinner. Thank you for Andiamo's silver sponsorship.
We got 3 substitutions in here for Eagan. 0-4, Jack Hansen, Emmanuel Schmitter join Charlie Burke, Liam Madigan. Schmidt's second free throw is up and good. Missed his first, got his second. Down 4 here with 10.5 to go. Nice little ball screen at the top. Looking to get a little spin. Liam Madigan for 3, rims around, no good. Nice little set though, I like that play.
Good shot.
It's a ball screen to a pin screen, and it's tough to guard on that shot. There's a nice defense. Bodies flying again. Liam Madigan nearly took a charge. We got a 2-on-2. Owen Ford in the corner. He'll pass it up. Madigan penetration. Finds Hansen. Charlie Burke with a contested 3 blocked, and here comes an easy layup for Jackson Wrestler. Started with that block shot.
And Lakeville South counters back.
Yep, down 6 now. Here again, we're at kind of a dangerous zone right here. We got to get a run stop shot. Here's Charlie Burke again from the corner, no good. Owen Ford battles in there, but he's going to get called for the foul. I don't mind that foul out of Owen Ford though, because it's just an aggressive thing. If he gets called, that's fine. If he gets the ball, he just keeps it alive. Oh, that was on Jack Hansen though. I thought Owen came flying in there, don't you?
I did too.
But anyway, there was contact, so they must have saw Jack Hansen foul him before Owen did. Busley, they're working hard on defense. Good help side, good cutting here by Lakeville South. Number 5, Faulkner rims hard off the back iron. Schmitter with a strong rebound. Liam Madigan, Owen Ford for 3 in the corner, rims around, no good, but off the rebound and couldn't find it. Liam Madigan had a beautiful opportunity, just didn't go down. Everything was balanced. Wrestler going hard to the rack, no good. Busley now.
It's back and forth.
It's getting physical.
It's a heavyweight
fight.
Going. Back and forth. Love it. What an entertaining game.
It is entertaining. It's really nice. 8-point lead by Lakeville South, and we got to travel one just a little too fast. Emmanuel Schmitter.
Well, I've seen more traveling calls tonight.
Yeah, he just was going a little bit in a hurry, but this pace is a little bit race. You know, it's not a fast pace necessarily, but it's almost like we're in a hurry. We're racing, and Lakeville South would be in the same situation. I think we're just going too fast sometimes.
Yeah. An up-tempo type of game.
Now Burks is back in for Lakeville South. He's on the floor with 3 fouls, so let's take a look at what happens here. We got an offensive illegal screen by Reese Gurl up top, working on that ball screen.
Reese Gurl, number 35, his first, 3rd team foul.
All right, what are you thinking here to get a shot for Eagan? They need a basket here.
Well, we got Emmanuel as the point guard. Maybe he'll dish it off and go down low, post up Burks because he's only got 3 fouls. Owen Ford curling across. Here comes Emmanuel. I'm surprised they've got Burks on Emmanuel with 3 fouls. Here's a nice cut, Liam. Down low, kicks it back out to Owen Ford, and we'll reset. Liam on that curled fadeaway jumper, no good. Owen Ford gets pushed from behind on Schmidt. Watching that JV game, that number 11 was guarding Adam all game and just kind of worked him. Adam did fine with it, but it just gets to you with just the physicality of it, you know. I mean, he fouls plenty of the time, but you know, you just get worn down. Emmanuel Schmitter on the top, over to Owen Ford. Busley now in the corner, find down low. Here's where I was looking at. Burks with 3 fouls. He's not going to go up, and he's going to get his 4th. I thought he had a pretty good position.
Yeah, boy, Lakeville South did
They're
not like
happy
that
about
call.
that one. But why is he down there? I would not be guarding our best player with a guy with foul trouble, would you?
You saw that coming, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I was hoping it would be exposed, and Burks is going to go to the bench with 4 fouls. Good action there called by McKenzie, creating that opportunity for Emmanuel.
And the Lakeville South head coach having a few words with the referee to understand what happened there.
Well, what happened was the referee who called the foul was actually blocked out by bodies, and the person that probably should have or could have made or shouldn't have made the call didn't blow the whistle. It was the ref on the backside, and he was blocked. Here's Keaton, wrestler, finds Schmidt on the near side. Keaton again to Schmidt, working this right wing, penetrating the inside, stopped by Eagan. Couple of dribble drives here. Schmidt gets to the paint, tipped around nearly. Here's Keaton for 3, and that's his 4th, I believe, maybe 5th. That's his 4th. He's got 12 points here, the sophomore wrestler. Nice little back screen. Here comes Schmitter. Slips and missed.
Hansen was wide open.
You know, ball pressure took that away. Made it tough for Emmanuel to see that.
Yeah, he was double teamed. Couldn't get the look.
Although it wasn't great defense working on the slip, it was good defense with the ball pressure. Sometimes that protects it. Owen Ford with a great defensive hustle play. Finds Schmitter. Takes just a little bit too much time. And from the backside, Joe Hager hustles back and blocks that 3-pointer. Schmitter didn't see him coming. He thought he had time just to set up and let her go.
Lakeville South really felt like they had a loose ball foul down here on the other end.
You know, a lot of refs don't call that. I don't know. They just, Owen Ford definitely dove for the loose ball and tripped the Lakeville South player. But we'll take it. Schmitter now, nice little inbounds play. Almost had Kazan. Middle penetration. Here's Busley from 15, contested. Should be a block shot. Stay with Eagan. Feel like there's frustration on Lakeville South here. Do they feel like they're not getting calls? Probably started with Burks down low, huh?
I think so. Yeah. Sometimes that can work to your advantage, though. A little bit of us against the world.
Yeah.
Brace yourself and push back. Sometimes that's a competitive advantage.
So Eagan finds himself down 8 right now, 40-32 with 6 points, but make that 6. Nice backdoor cut, screen by Jack Hansen. But we got another 3-pointer by Keegan Ressler battling for it over there as Carruthers, but chased down by Hager. Lakeville South controls. Carter Wilson working against Hansen. He comes in. I think he's going to walk. He's got to travel. He kind of had an odd jump stop. He jump stopped, but his body didn't really stop, and I think the ref felt like he slipped that foot. Down 6 here with 6 minutes to go. Here's Kazan. Over to Schmitter, and we'll reset. Just having a 2-man game here between Schmitter and Kazan right now. Little slip screen by Searing. Top of the key, Searing again. Busley. Reorganizing, baseline penetration. Nice defense by number 24, Jackson Wrestler. Basket cut, Kazan working down low. Pump fake, no good, and we got a foul on the shot. Kazan is going to go to the free throw line shooting 2. That foul is going to be on Carter Wilson, and here again, Lakeville South's not happy about that call, but he reached over the top. Great pump fakes by the point guard. You don't see point guards doing post moves too often, but Austin's shifty down low.
These free throws are sponsored by 2 silver sponsors, Ansari's Mediterranean Grill and Lounge. Repeat sponsor for the high school boys basketball program. Thanks to David over at Ansari's for sponsoring us. You can show your appreciation by visiting Ansari's, located across from Cliff and Target. We also want to thank Rami Cormout for Coldwell Banker Realty. Rami the Realtor lives in our community. He's a returning sponsor. Please consider Rami for your next home purchase at Coldwell Banker.
A little light pressure here by Eagan. Nearly had a steal here on the trap. Keegan Wrestler back to Schmidt, and now to his brother Jackson. 23, Carter Wilson. Now we got a foul there on Keaton, trying to penetrate that baseline, or trying to penetrate that free throw line. Austin Carruthers is getting a foul. That's only his first. This has been a grinder, Dan. Not a lot of scoring. Low.
I like it. It's a strong, physical.
Then we got an illegal screen on number 5, Eli Faulkner. We're going to go our way.
Strong physical battle of conference titans back and forth. Early in the conference season, we're still on the front end, right? Teams testing themselves, seeing where they're going to fall in the standings.
We got DeMarcus Burks coming back in the game with 4 fouls. Let's see who he's going to be guarding. He's been guarding Emmanuel all night. Looks like he's going to be on Austin Carruthers with 4 fouls. That's what I would have thought he would have done the first time. Jackson Wrestler gets cut off, or cuts Emmanuel off. Here's Emmanuel, right side, Busley. Inside penetration all the way to the rim, and an athletic move, wanted a foul. Hager got his hands in there, made it hard for Emmanuel. That was a tough shot, down 3 now Eagan. Little full court press here, looking to trap here. Burks is trapped, we're in trouble. Did he double dribble? And we got Keaton Wrestler on the other side. Burks with the offensive board. God, we're missing calls right now. I kind of want to get on the refs to be on you.
That could have been number 5 for him.
Yes. I thought he went over the back, and I thought Wrestler traveled up top. But anyway, it's only a call if they call it. It's only a violation if they call it, right?
Game's moving pretty fast right now, too.
Yeah. 3.5 minutes to go. Down 3 is Eagan. They're taking a little time off the clock now as Lakeville South, working the ball around.
Do you think this is on purpose? You think coach is telling them to work
Yeah,
they
wanted to work a little clock, but they get this long 3, rims around, no good.
Big
Offensive
rebound.
board. Sophomore Keaton, another miss, and it's going to tip off out of Emmanuel Schmitter's hands. And what did we get called? It's going to be tipped away, but they're going to overrule it.
Crowd goes
It's going to
wild.
stay with South, which would be the right call.
Everybody on Lakeville South's bench jumped up to help the referee with the call.
Yeah, they definitely gave him some help, but it was the right call. Not sure what he was blocked out on, but it's the right call for sure. Lakeville South underneath is 3 minutes to go. Down 3 is Eagan. Too many possessions, or too many shots on this possession. They got 3 offensive rebounds. We got a board. Jackson working against Carruthers. Great defense there. Oh, and we got a foul up front with just under 3 minutes to go. Emmanuel Schmitter.
Do you think Lakeville South's going to want to work the ball and take the free throws here with a?
Yeah, they're working clock right now, and they got good ball handlers to do that. They're bringing in another guard. Yeah.
As you mentioned earlier in the game, Schmidt's a good ball handler, low to the ground, quick.
Number 11, yeah. Yeah, I watched him a little bit in that JV game, and he was pretty solid. A lot of times that JV kids don't get crunch time minutes, but he's in there right now with 3 minutes to go with a three-point lead.
And this timeout sponsored by Minnesota School of Basketball with Brian and Will and the team down in Apple Valley. Whether it's a team camp or individual training sessions, consider MSB doing the job. Thank you for their ongoing support. And Dunn Brothers partnered with all of us on Coffee Days. This is their second time with the program. Thank you for your sponsorship. Convenient coffee stops before games on your way to work. Running errands Saturday and Sunday. Be sure to thank them as you drive through. Also want to recognize Minnesota Magic. Thanks for your sponsorship. Many of our boys have played on the AAU basketball team with Minnesota Magic during the offseason. If you're interested in learning more about the program, reach out to Coach Cornell Pillow. And Trail Stop Tavern, located at the end of Diffley in the corner of Highway 3. Trail Stop Tavern is a great place to relax after a long day. Lou and the TST crew, they're longtime supporters. Thank you for your silver sponsorship.
All right, we're back here. Just under 3 minutes to play. Eagan finds himself in a 3-point deficit here. The foul situation is Egan's got 4 fouls, so they have to foul a couple more times if they want to get the possession back and put Lakeville South on the free throw line. Burks gets the ball up top, goes around Emmanuel Schmitter, and he nearly walked with the ball.
The Eagan bench goes crazy looking for a call there.
Yep, so here we go. There's Schmidt on that left side. Gets a ball screen. Now we got a foul there on a reach in on Austin Carruthers.
So I think that brings us up to 5 team fouls.
Yep, so they still got a couple to go here to get him on the free throw line. 2:40. Lakeville South, although on the verge of turning over a couple times, they've done a nice job running a lot of clock here.
And they must be very confident in their free throw shooting.
Yeah.
And get to the line, they think they can win the game from the line.
Here's backdoor cut by Keaton, nothing there. And they'll reset. Jackson wrestler here on the top, working against Emmanuel Schmitter. Good pressure there, Emmanuel. 2:20 to go. Down 3 still. Lakeville South has had the ball, and we got a 5-second count. Turnover.
Oh, big turnover.
Emmanuel Schmitter putting definitely good ball pressure, and Jackson Wrestler just kept on dribbling and never get that space. Jackson doesn't love that call. Referee's giving a lot of explanation. Let's get this ball in play and let's go. Eagan ball down 3. Lob pass over to Kazan. Schmitter got a switch screen. We got Kazan getting to the rim to the right side. Cut off by Girl. Corner pass. Now we got Carruthers. Here's Schmitter. Let's see if we can't get some situation with, what do we got there? Tipped out of bounds, Carruthers, it looks like.
All right. Down by 3. Based on what Lakeville South's been doing on offense, what do you think Eagan's got to do here?
I think they're gonna play for a while. You know, it's a 3-point game. If we can just get stops, that's the name of the game. I don't think we have to foul quite yet, because maybe one just to get us into the bonus, but we don't have to get panicked yet. Here's Jackson Wrestler, kicks it over to his brother, Keegan. Burks on the top of the key on the free throw line. They foul on the floor. It's going to be down underneath. Minute and a half yet.
6 team fouls, so the next one they'll go to the line, and we'll get to see their free throw shooting. I'm guessing they're pretty confident to be playing it out this way.
Yeah, we don't have the stats to know who is going to be the person they're going to pick on, but that's what this timeout's all about, is who are we going to foul here, who's got the lowest shooting percentage, who's on the free throw line for Lakeville South.
This timeout sponsored by Junior's Cafe and Grill. Located on Duckwood Drive over by Walmart, Junior's has amazing food, great for dining in or takeout. We also want to recognize Nautical Bowls. Also new to the program this year, located off of Yankee Doodle at the Shops and Promenade near Chipotle. Stop by and let them whip you up a healthy and fresh Super Bowl. We also had 4 bronze sponsors this year: Never Sleep Athletics, Zerbal Orthodontics, Wildcats Bar and Grill, and Doolittle's. Thank you to those 4 bronze sponsors. Back to you, Pat.
So minute and a half here. I don't think they need to foul quite yet. They just need to get a stop. If they're going to give an open 3 or a layup, I think you got to foul. But they're pressuring out top. Burks handles the ball. Jackson Ressler over to Schmidt. Now we're going to put Schmidt on the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Just extends the game a little bit, hoping for a miss here. It'll be a 1-and-1, 37-40. Minute 20 to go. Lawson Schmidt, 5'10 guard, junior out of Lakeville South. Hard off the back iron, and Trevor Searing with the rebound. Here we go. Emmanuel Schmitter gets to the rim. Jackson Ressler cuts him off. Austin Kazan. Here's Carruthers. Now here's Schmitter. They'll set up a play, more than likely for Emmanuel. Backdoor, Kazan. He's got a quick hit right here. Schmitter for 3, no good for the tie. Tipped around by Syring, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Trevor, and that'll go to Lakeville South. We'll try and get a 10-second count here, and then
well, that last series was exactly what Eagan needed. They had the missed free throw, and then they come back and have the offensive set. It worked out. The shot didn't go in for
it
him.
Just didn't go in. It was good luck, and Emmanuel has made those in the past, and sometimes they just don't go. Sometimes they just don't fall.
All right, I'm going to play a little coach trivia here. So if you had the Lakeville South team and you get the ball, where do we get the ball, by the way? Oh, the coaches are asking. Looks like they're getting it over by the Eagan bench. What do you think?
On the sideline.
So what do you think that Lakeville South talking about here?
Just get the ball in bounds. It's just start with that, and then you're going to get fouled because just be strong with the ball, and that's what they're talking about. But they're setting up a play just to get the ball in bounds, get the clock started, and expect contact.
Right, they're going to be okay with getting fouled, right? Do they have a plan for who they want to be shooting the free throws?
That's what the play is going to be. Their best free throw shooter is going to be the guy that's going to set or receive screens and then kind of curl back himself to the ball. And
meanwhile, would you say Eagan is scheming on who they want to foul?
I think with them, they want to get a 5-second count. So they're going to face guard everybody, switch all the screens, and see if we can get the ball back without a foul. But if it gets in bounds, they'll hammer somebody. 37-40, 57 seconds to go. Little wheel around, and we got something happened here.
Looks like a sideline warning. Is that
sideline delay of game warning? I don't know if that was on the bench or if that was on Emmanuel. I'm not really sure. Pops up, Jackson Ressler gets it. And Emmanuel Schmidt, we don't get the foul right off the bat, and now we do. Some time waned off the clock on that play.
We don't have the stats to tell us about DeMarcus Burke's free throw percentage.
But I wonder if Austin Carruthers did not foul Jackson Ressler because he may be their best free throw shooters, and that is maybe why Austin chose not to foul him when he had the ball in the backcourt. So we'll see. DeMarcus Burks. Schmidt missed the last one for Lakeville South. This one's off as well, and we got 50 seconds and running, down 3. Emmanuel Schmitter all the way to the rim. Tipped around, no good, and we're going to go to the line shooting 2. And Jackson Ressler walks out in the hallway in disgust.
He didn't like that one.
He was not a fan. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
To his credit, though, if he's going to show disgust, he might as well be out in the hallway so the referees don't see it. So that's actually probably pretty good self-control. 44 seconds. Schmitter's first free throw is good. Let's see if we can cut this to 1, Dan.
The foul.
Second free throw is good as well. Now I don't think you have to foul.
Yeah, the strategy to foul Lakeville South has worked out really well.
They've missed 2. And both kids are in. Burks and Schmidt are in, the 2 guys that missed the free throws. I don't think you want to foul the wrestlers. We don't know the other just because they're their best shooters, it feels like. Here's Wrestler, tips it around. Here's Schmidt. They are not fouling, which is okay. It's nearly stolen away. That's going to get out of bounds. Referee goes down, and he's a big smile. He's okay. Tried to get out of the way, and that's going to go Eagan's way. Now here's the decision, Dan. 36 seconds. You go for a shot to win, last shot, or do you get the lead as soon as you possibly can? What would you do?
Oh,
I know what I would do.
This is exciting. I like the idea of working the ball around and holding for the last shot to win. What do you think?
There's a saying, tie at home, win on the road. And so that is kind of the saying in all sports. But you're down, and if you don't make that shot, you lose. And so as soon as you have an opportunity to score a basket, you got to take the lead, I think. That's how I've always coached it. But yeah, there's something to be said about being down one and hitting that buzzer beater, and
well, that's exciting.
Everybody's good to go. But you got to get the lead, because if you miss that shot, then you got to extend the game and foul people.
You're right. You got to have a shot up with 8-10 seconds left. Get a foul in case.
Yeah, but I'm even thinking earlier than that. I think we run our set and we play and we just do whatever it is that we got. How many seconds? We don't have the clock in front of us right now. Is that 30 seconds? 35? If I remember, we'll know in 5 seconds, because the clock changes. It's on the timeout.
Yeah,
36 seconds. I think.
Yeah.
I think you just want to. You just want to get the lead and then go from there.
Yeah, you miss, you got to foul right away.
Yeah, and so Emmanuel Schmitter is throwing the ball inbounds. Kazan on the top, working against Burks. Liam Madigan into the ball game right now, maybe as an extra offensive player. Here's Carruthers from 15. Rims back iron, battles around. Lakeville South with the rebound. He's going to get fouled immediately. And so that was a good look. Austin had it. Good balance. Just didn't drop. And that's too bad. That was a great look. So now things aren't desperate. Even if he makes the 2 free throws, we still got an opportunity. 22 seconds to go. Down 1.
I think your only challenge here that is different is Eagan is out of timeouts.
First one up. And that's good. So down 2.
So whatever possession Eagan gets here, they're going to go right into their offense. There's no timeout. They've got to go.
Right now we don't need a 3 unless Carter Wilson knocks down the second free throw. Hard off the back iron. Tips around Liam Madigan.
And here comes Eagan.
Emmanuel Schmitter. Dribble handoff. Kazan for 3. And we got something. We got a whistle. What do we got? 31. With an illegal screen. Eagan, Liam Madigan with an illegal screen. I did not see that play. I was looking at Oscar loading up to shoot that.
No, it wasn't 31. It was 13.
13. Emmanuel Schmitter with an illegal screen.
Oh, huge call.
And I wish we had instant replay, because I'd love to see that. I was not looking at that screen. And what a call. Are you kidding me? As physical as this been, that's going to be the game changer? Yeah. Seriously. 39-41. We got about 12 seconds to go.
That's a huge turn of events.
And maybe it was.
Yeah, I can't really say because I wasn't focused.
You didn't see it either?
I was watching the shot.
Maybe Jeff Peterson can text me and tell me if it was the right call or not.
All right. Well, one more time, let me thank our platinum sponsors, Escape With Us Vacations, Twin Cities Orthopedics, Urgency Room, and Chick-fil-A.
All right. Well, we got just a couple of seconds here to go in the game. Eagan down by 2. Oscar Kazan was loading that up for the game winner. And unfortunately, we got a whistle away from the ball with an illegal screen. And it's going to stay with Lakeville South. 14 seconds to go, down 2.
What an entertaining game tonight.
It's been great, yeah. Got another whistle. Looks like Max Busley's tying his shoes. They'll try and get the ball to Jackson Wrestler, I think, here. And they do, and we got to foul it right now. Go get him, guys. 22 Hager. Yeah, we got a foul here with 10 seconds to go. Yeah, I don't think they want to foul Jackson Ressler. They've had 2 opportunities, and they've sacrificed a couple of seconds on both of those times to not foul him.
And he very much looks like he wants to be fouled.
He's the guy they want to get the ball to. So that kind of tells us a story on that, even though we don't have the stats. Joe Hager on the line. First free throw. They have done us a favor, have they not? They've been missing a lot of these free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, their whole strategy was they wanted to get to the free throw line, but they must have been really confident heading there, but it hasn't panned out for them.
Hager's second free throw, also no good. Same situation, 8 seconds.
Here we go.
Down to 5. Austin Carruthers there on the outside in the perimeter.
We got to get the
2
shot
seconds.
up.
Left-handed shot, rims off, no good, and that'll do it. Had 2 looks, a little bit of off balance, but he also got his elbow under the ball, and so he had a nice look. It was straight on, just rimmed short, unfortunately. And holy smokes, that was a ball game. Lakeville South was able to give us some opportunity, gave us some oxygen with those missed free throws, and unfortunately we just did not capitalize. And credit to Lakeville South, they got back on defense and made those shots a little bit tougher than maybe they could have. But 39-41, Eagan falls, and that'll bring Eagan's record to 7-6, 1-4 in the conference, and that'll be Lakeville South. That'll get them to 4-1 in the conference. Next broadcast, we've got Saturday afternoons, Saturday, January 21st. That'll be against Apple Valley. That'll be a 2 o'clock tip-off for our Eagan guys, and let's get on the winning track on that one, Dan. What did you think of the game tonight?
Well, I mentioned it before, but I'm going to say it again for emphasis here, is that this was a really entertaining game. Both teams had boys that were playing full out and somewhat physical, back and forth. Some pressure resulted in some turnovers and ultimately some free throws. Credit to Lakeville South for pulling through, but with that, I think it's a wrap. Thanks for all the fans out there for joining us. Again, real entertaining game. We'll see you on Saturday. Over to you, Pat.
So before we close the deal, if anyone's still listening, we got a couple of text messages with some feedback on that call, and we'll just leave it at that. How's that?
I guess we'll invite everybody to watch the replay.
So anyway, thank you, ETV. We'll see you on Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Thank you to all of our sponsors. And what a ball game tonight. Eagan falls by 2. Good night.